Bookshelf is a subscription service from American Reading Company that lets students, parents, and educators access a growing collection of digital books leveled and organized using our Common Core State Standards-based leveling system, the ERLA. Bookshelf is available on the web, iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch, Android tablets, and Android phones. Each student and teacher can use Bookshelf with his or her username and password on up to 5 different devices. For instance, one student could use Bookshelf on the web from any computer, on his iPad, on his brother's Nexus 7, on his mother's iPhone, and on his cousin's iPad. To access Bookshelf, your school must have a subscription for the current school year. This video is divided into 4 parts. First, we'll show teachers how to generate Bookshelf passwords for their students and print take-home instructions. We'll also show teachers how to find their own username and password. Next, we'll show how to log in to Bookshelf as a student on the web. Next, we'll show how to download and use the Bookshelf app for iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch. And finally, we'll show how to download and use the Bookshelf app for Android tablets and Android phones. Bookshelf works hand in hand with SchoolPace. Let's see what a teacher needs to do to assign Bookshelf passwords to her students in SchoolPace. First, log into SchoolPace. Next, you'll need to navigate to your classroom. Once you see your list of students, click the Manage Bookshelf link near the top of the page. The Manage Bookshelf page shows the Bookshelf username for every student in your classroom. If this is your first time viewing the page, you'll notice that there are no passwords set for any students. You can generate random passwords for every student in the class by clicking the Generate New Passwords for All Students button. Notice that each student now has a password. But don't leave this page just yet. Before you leave this page, you should generate take-home instructions for the class and save a list of the student passwords. Once you leave this page, you'll no longer be able to see each student's password. Start by clicking the View and Print Take-Home Instructions button. SchoolPace will generate a PDF file and display it in your web browser. For each student in your classroom, there's one page in the PDF document with individualized take-home instructions. These, for instance, are the instructions for Marlene. You should save this PDF to your desktop and then print it. I'll save. Next, we want to print a list of the usernames and passwords. Click the Student Password List button. SchoolPace will generate an Excel file which lists each student's username and password. We should save this to our desktop as well. Your computer may have already saved it to your Downloads folder, like mine. That's it. Your students now have usernames and passwords, which they can use to access Bookshelf. Your students have usernames and passwords for Bookshelf, but what about you? When viewing the Manage Bookshelf page, you can find your own username for Bookshelf listed under the What is my username and password for Bookshelf label. You'll see that your username starts with the word user and ends with schoolpace.com. You can use the same password that you use to access SchoolPace. To access Bookshelf on the web, first open a web browser and navigate to schoolpace.com/bookshelf. The /bookshelf part of the address is important. If students try to log in to SchoolPace itself, it won't work. Now that you see the bookshelf login page, type in your bookshelf username and password. I'll use one of the student usernames and passwords we just generated. Once you log in, you'll see a list of books. You can select a reading level to only see books at that level. I'll select 1 blue. Now I see only books at the 1 blue level. To read a book, just click on the cover. I want to read Ant Farmers. The book may take a minute or two to load, depending on the speed of your internet connection. Once it's open, you can click the arrows to turn the pages. If you want to see 2 pages at once, click the double page icon at the top of the screen. When you're done reading a book, you can click the menu button at the top of the screen. It looks like a bookmark. The menu will pull down and you'll see a list of books. If you want to log out, click the account menu and then choose Log Out. To use Bookshelf on the iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch, you must first download the free Bookshelf app from the App Store. To download the app, open the App Store on your device. Next, search for American Reading Bookshelf. Click the Install button, which on newer devices looks like a cloud. You may be prompted for your Apple ID. This is not your Bookshelf username and password. Use your Apple ID, which is the username and password you use to download apps or to buy iTunes music. While the app is installing, we can go back to the home screen. You can watch the progress of your app's installation by looking at the blue progress bar on the app icon. When the app is finished installing, click the app icon to launch Bookshelf. You'll be prompted to log in. I'll use one of the student usernames and passwords. Bookshelf will now download and display a list of books. If you want to select a specific reading level, switch between English or Spanish, or log out, you'll need to open the Bookshelf menu. Click the menu button in the top left corner. I'll select 1 blue. Now I see a list of 1 blue books. You'll notice that some or all of your books are dark and have a tiny white cloud on them. This means that the book has not yet been downloaded to your device. To download a book, just click on the cover. I'll download Ant Farmers. You can monitor the progress of your download by looking at the blue progress bar. A book download can take several seconds to several minutes, depending on the speed of your internet connection. Once Ant Farmers is downloaded, I will never need to download it again. Even better, I can now access Ant Farmers even when I don't have an internet connection. This is one of the big advantages of using Bookshelf for mobile devices. You can click on the cover to read the book. When the book is open, you can turn pages by tapping on the far left or far right side of the screen. You can also swipe with your finger. If you want to view the book in landscape mode, simply rotate your device. Now you'll see 2 pages at a time. If you want to go back to the list of books, simply tap in the middle of the screen. You'll see the navigation bar appear. You can tap the back button to go back to the list of books. If you want to log out of Bookshelf, click the menu button and click the Log Out button. To download Bookshelf on Android tablets or Android phones, you first need to visit the Google Play Store. Once in the Play Store, search for Bookshelf. Scroll down and find Bookshelf by American Reading Company. Click the icon, and you'll be prompted to install the app. Click the Install button to install. Accept any app permissions. The app will be downloaded and installed. Once the app is downloaded and installed, you can launch it directly from the Play Store by clicking Open, or you can go back to your home screen and find the app in your list of apps. Tap the app icon to launch the app. From this point, the Bookshelf for Android app functions in the exact same way as the Bookshelf for iPad or iPhone apps do.